23 minutes into 3 p.m. in Central African time. Thank you for staying with us on the upside. But if you have been here since 1 p.m., we really appreciate it. Happy Friday. And like I said, Friday here, Fridays are a movement here. You see, it's not just a phrase that we speak. What caught your eye this Friday? That's what we're talking about. And I've got Hlope sitting across from me. We call him Hlope, but his name is Sifiso Hlope. He is our social media specialist. So all the good videos that you see on TikTok, all the, the theatrics that you see, the beautiful movement that you see in our videos, he is the man behind that. Sifiso.
Hello, Matsheko.
What's going on?
All good, all good, all good.
Did you enjoy that mix? Wasn't that a hot mix?
Oh, that was a really good mix.
That was so hot.
Especially on the back of how he told his story about how he started in the industry and all the questions you guys chatted about. So enjoyed that.
But also he's very talented.
He is.
He really is. And he's got a good ear. Like, I appreciate that so much.
That's my favorite genre right now. 3-step. Like, you know what? I think the
wouldn't it 2-step or it's just 3-step?
It's a new genre. It's like Amapiano meets, Ezomshato meets, it's a proper vibe. So yeah, it's a new genre. It's like Afro tech.
Right.
Afro tech, but like in a more
celebratory kind of.
It's rooted in it's like a national anthem, so yeah.
I like that. I might just join you on that bandwagon. What caught your eye? Tell me.
Yo. Okay, so what caught my eye is usually I don't like tabloids and topics that are around that, but like this one, obviously, it does have some I guess it's got a lot of talkability in it. So there has been a social media influencer, and she's an influencer, but also an academic. From what I've read about her and what I've seen in the media, she's like a heavyweight in her own right. But there are rumors that this particular individual, Sarah Langa, allegedly is dating, Springbok player Sasha Feinberg Ngomezulu, currently poster boy of, South Africa right now. And nothing wrong with people dating, whoever they want to date. But obviously the social media discourse right now is around the fact, the morality around her being so much older. I believe she was born in 1993, dating somebody who was born quite literally in the 2000s. And does that, personally, I don't have a problem with that. But like, what people are talking about on social media is that, is that okay? Is it morally just, considering how much social media has been bashing guys that are dating women that are much younger than them, now there was a recent story of just individuals that are just professionals at their own right, whose WhatsApp messages have been leaked, and they've been saying some really distasteful things, considering, the current climate where everybody's talking about, respecting women, making sure that we protect women, as men being the guardians of women, and taking up our space. But in the same light, we have women that are praising, a lady who is now dating a much younger guy. So there's a bit of a contradiction, socially, but I'll leave that to like everybody that's just listening and watching us, to tell us, what do you think, do you think that's okay? Do you think that's justified? I think people can date whoever they want, as long as, they are at least, I think personally, over 21, date whoever you want to date, man. You're old enough to make your own decisions. There are 21-year-olds that are like, I would just, like to be with an old white man, living, who's ready to retire.
I've heard that before. Oh my God. No, but actually, as soon as you started speaking, I started to think about exactly that. When it's the other way around, it doesn't gain so much talk and uproar, and it's not right, and the question of morality doesn't come in as deeply as it does when the feminines do it. So listen, big up to Sarah Langa.
And I know you're a big feminist, so like, please
Sarah
tell
Langa.
your people, hypocrisy, please, guys.
No, also, we've really got to be careful. And I think your standpoint is actually right in that after a certain age, as long as the relationship is legally recognized as legal, there's no statutory rape involved, nothing of that sort. Do you, boo? Do you, boo, and do it responsibly. How's about that? So I agree with you. And big ups to Sarah Langa. I actually really like Sarah. I think and also she's been through quite some stuff. in relationships that has been publicized, and she deserves to be loved and
Can I
to
be
enjoy
honest
being
with you?
in a relationship that makes her happy.
Everything else I know about her is like I don't know any negative thing that is like factually correct, that like
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, it's like, okay, this Sarah Langa, everybody knows something, but everything that I've heard, that I've kind of like, it's always been things that are positive. Like apparently
Yes.
she's like a hectic academic.
Yes, she
so
is.
which is, that's really dope. What caught your eye?
Thank
Teko?
you for mentioning that. She actually is a very educated woman. What caught my eye? Dangote. I just want to big him up. You know, that man is a renaissance man. From cement to the work that he's doing right now, just wanted to mention some of the recent deals that are in discussion, you know, that in fact that have been signed. I beg your pardon, not in discussion, but actually manifesting. The 2.5 billion fertilizer plant in Ethiopia is a big thing. Obviously, I have interest in agriculture. So for me, this is taking the conversation and the agenda of food security to another level. Dangote Group signed a 2.5 billion dollar, I beg your pardon, agreement with the Ethiopian government to build a large urea fertilizer plant. And Dangote will hold 60% equity of this particular plant, and the Ethiopian state will take the rest. But this is huge. I mean, 60% that's more than half. That's great for business.
Look, it's so refreshing seeing Africans investing in Africa, you know, because at the end of the day, you know what, we live in a society where globally everybody's going to be exploited, right? Everybody's going to be so, because I mean, I've also heard murmurs on socials where they're just like, oh, well, you know, everybody every time a billionaire tries to invest in something that's not in their country, oh, they're trying to exploit resources and, you know, and take advantage of. But like, if it's not Africans that are investing in African countries, are we going to be like, are we going to be allow ourselves to be used by the Western world, or, you know, Russia and China and all of them? So I'm happy if a billionaire is invested, because I mean, I know you are you going to talk about the Zimbabwe one after?
The Zimbabwe one. Oh my God. Because everyone's talking about that one. That one is also a big deal. $1 billion deal to build a cement factory in Zimbabwe. I mean, already my mind is running with excitement. The job creation, the skills development, you know, artisans getting involved, you know, and literally building Africa one brick at a time. I mean, it's a beautiful metaphor, but it's in action with this $1 billion deal that we're seeing here.
Guys, $1 billion. Like,
Yo,
to have
can you
a
fathom
billion,
it in your mind? I can't actually.
I can't. $1 billion, to have $1 billion to give to someone, you know, even if it's an investment. Just to, I mean, fun fact, I learned that you can, I mean, I don't know if it is a fact. So you can work yourself or do a business and become a millionaire, multi-millionaire. But to be a billionaire, every single source I've come across, internet, people, interviews, everybody's just said, you know what, it's just luck, you know. Can you imagine how lucky Dangote is, man?
Dangote is a blessing to the people. He really is. These deals are very important, and that's why we're mentioning them. In industrialization, self-reliance, food security, as I'd mentioned, energy security. He's filtering into financial strategies for the continent. Do you understand?
Yeah. That's why he's
Do you
Dangote.
understand?
That's why he's Dangote. Let's just say
Aliko
that.
Dangote, man, he's got my love and support. It's 3:32.
Sports on Channel Africa.